Move to rivers. The answer to this question there was a erosional process. Erosional, hydraulic action, abrasion, nutrition, and solution. Okay, so it was hydraulic action. Number one. Number two, weathering. There's three types of weathering: biological, chemical, and mechanical. In mechanical, you had freestyle weathering. You had salt crystallization, but you could also use chemical and acid rain, or and you could use biological as well. But you had to mention one of them. Simple. A lot of you went for freestyle action. Amazing. Okay. You then had a figure. What was it? Figure 11. It said, what is the distance between the two? You had to use a ruler. You just got a scale. It wasn't that difficult. It was 2.25, 1 mark. Then you had a map, a picture, and it said, using a figure, describe two pieces of evidence to show the coast has eroded. I can see a stump, I can see a stack, I can see a cave, I can see a headland, I can see a bay. Literally name any of those, you would have it 2 marks. You didn't have to explain them. You just had to name things you could see in the picture that showed it. Okay. Then it said, explain how spits and bars are formed in 4 marks. I thought that was another ridiculous question. You could have done 4 marks just by answering spits, but anyway. First thing to do is to tell me what's a bar. Okay, a bar is a area of deposition that connects two headlands together and blocks off the bay behind it and creates a lagoon. This happens with the longshore drift. Don't just list it. So many of you got 3 marks because you just said longshore drift, which is moving sediment. Great. How? In a zigzag motion. In what way? With swash at an angle of 45 degrees and backwash at an angle of 90 degrees. You have to mention swash and backwash. You have to include the angularity, if that makes sense. Okay. And then you can say spits, same as the bar, except that it connects the coast to nowhere because the headland behind, or the coast behind it, changes direction, and the longshore drift continues out to sea and creates a salt marsh behind it. Perfect. Okay. Point and explanation. That's how you get 4 marks for that one.